guys? I'm Jacques Slade, and over the last few years, the battle for the basketball court has gotten pretty heated. From technology to hype, the landscape of basketball has changed quite a bit with offerings from Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, and Jordan brand. Each of those brands has dropped what they felt was probably the best shoe on the market, and for the most part, they've been releasing some really good stuff. I'll talk about all those other brands in the other video later in the year, but today I want to focus on Adidas and what they're doing in the world of basketball. Recently, Adidas sent over a pair of shoes from their current lineup that at first glance was basically it was dismissed, but now that I have them in hand, some thoughts are actually changing. First thing to note is the price. In an era when the price of a sneaker can easily creep into the $200 range, Adidas Hoops has been pretty aggressive with keeping their flagship pairs right about that $150 range. In the case of the Crazy Explosive, the pricing is exactly at $150. For this pair, Adidas is actually calling out the prime knit materials on the upper, which has probably been one of the brand's better executions of the material on a basketball shoe. We've seen it before on a couple other shoes, but the mix of the inner booty with the prime knit should provide the best fit we have seen, as well as keep the shoe pretty breathable. On the flip side, we do sacrifice some durability, but that is often the case when it comes to the airflow with the basketball shoe. Another boost to the fit of the shoe is the lacing system. It actually extends down the medial and lateral sides of the shoe to the strobel board. As for the laces themselves, well, they only have 3 points of contact right here along the tongue, which you think would cause some discomfort, but Adidas added their GeoFit foam to the tongue, which helped alleviate any stress or pinching that you might feel in that area. As for the cushioning, Adidas is keeping up with their hot tech of the moment, which is Boost. For this execution, full-length Boost extends from the toe to the heel and provides all your bounciness, I guess you could say, which you would expect from the technology. Because of the bounciness of Boost, Adidas has also added an 8-figure shaped torsion plate that should provide a bit more stability with cutting across the court and help dampen some of that responsiveness that you get from the Boost cushioning. Another key design enhancement on the Crazy Explosive is the roll cage. Adidas used TPU that extends down the lateral side of the shoe, and it is there to help stabilize the shoe when taking off to the basket or through your acceleration. And while you're talking about the TPU, or while I'm talking about the TPU, we can see that Adidas opened up the TPU near the Boost to let it shine through on the medial side and on the lateral side as well. Adidas called it tuned suspension that allows the Boost to expand and contract as it needs to when under pressure from your foot. As with any basketball shoe, traction is high on the list of features that you want to work well on the shoe. Adidas has addressed this with a nice textured rubber on the outsole that should work well both indoors and out. This is actually a new traction pattern for Adidas based on what they call reaction diffusion. It is supposed to provide a more commanding grip and be able to stand up to the most explosive moves to the basket. I haven't actually played in these yet to confirm that, but just from feeling the rubber and on the pattern, you can tell that it's going to perform well. And Adidas made sure to actually extend the rubber around the toe, which should give a bit of a boost and extra traction to those that like to drag their toe. Of course, we can't really talk about the Crazy Explosive and not address the look of the shoe. Now, the shoe looks totally different. As far as the design goes, it's one of the most unique we have seen from Adidas in recent years, and I'm actually okay with that. While using too many colors on the upper of this shoe can make it look whack, the solid color options that I've seen so far complement the shoe, and it's sort of space boot kind of look, I think. I'm personally not a fan of making shoes look weird for the sake of looking weird, but Adidas seemed to think about the lines and the shapes of this model, and even included a cutout at the heel, this part right here, that's going to help relieve pressure in that area. Now, is this the perfect shoe? That isn't really a question that I can answer for you. We all know and we all have our own needs when it comes to a basketball shoe, but what I can tell you is that I think these are going to be really solid performers. Prime knit uppers open up a lot of opportunities to dress up the shoe, but it's really that inner booty and that full length boost that I think are really going to provide the comfort, the stability, and the performance in the shoe that you really want. Priced at $150, the Wiggins Rep Crazy Explosive is probably something that you should check for at a minimum and at least try them on next time you go to a sneaker store. So let me know your thoughts on the Crazy Explosive down below. Is it dope? Is it weird? Is it just weird enough that you want to rock it? Let me know what you think again down below. I am Jacques Slade, and these are my thoughts on the Adidas Crazy Explosive. As always, guys, I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. Peace. When you have someone like Jordan at the top of your brand, it's easy to rely on the past. But is the Jordan 31 a play for the future? Let's start with the obvious, the Nike swoosh. The last of this shoe, which is the KD9. Yes, you guys have seen it before, but this time you get the perspective of the designer of the shoe, which take things up